Hi, this is Dan from Paracord. I'm going to put a little video together on how to make a dog lead or a dog leash. It's just going to be a little short one. The customer that wants this particular leash uses it for a training leash, so it's actually only going to be about 6 to 8 inches long. What I have here is I have about 15 feet of black. That's going to be the main color. And then in the handle you can do the two-tone, and this I think is probably about 5 feet. So let's get started. I have a snap hook here that I just picked up real quick from Home Depot, and normally I order them from strapworks.com. A lot of the stuff that I use I get from them. So, but this is just a standard, you know, like you see on the dog leashes that you buy at Walmart or the pet store or whatever, and just a standard. Alright, and then lighter, scissors, and the forceps. So I'm going to move the camera. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my longer piece of paracord, and I'm going to put it in half. Alright, and then I'm going to make kind of the length that I want, and it's going to end up probably being about that long. And then what you do is you take these and you just loop them through and just loop them over. Now this is a pretty big anchor here, whatever you want to call it, so I sometimes just loop it over again. Sometimes makes it look a little bit better. Loop it over again. And again, this is just a short one, and then, you know, your main color, you just make it a little longer. Alright, now what you do is once you have it looped over, you're just going to start doing your standard cobra weave. Make sure it's good and tight up against there. Alright, and you're just going to go down and standard weave like you see all the survival bracelets. And there's plenty of videos out there for that. I have videos on it. And then you just go till you want to start making your loop. Alright, so y'all don't need to watch me do this, so I'm going to stop it, and then I'll come back once I get a little bit further down. Okay, I'm to the point where I feel like I have a big enough loop left over, and what you're going to do, that last loop that you made, you're going to take your other length of paracord and you're going to half it, and then you're going to stick one of the ends in between the two pieces that you tied around. Alright. Okay, then you're going to pull that tight. Alright, now what you're going to do is you're going to turn the collar or the lead to the side, and you're going to just start weaving down one of the sides of your loop, and you're going to use one of the sides that you tucked in there. So same thing going down, you're just going to cobra weave it all the way through. Alright, and then you're going to go halfway around the loop, or more. I mean, you could go more if you wanted, but then you're going to end up meeting the two sides together. Alright, so you're just going to do this all the way down, and when I get started on the other side, I'll start the video back up. Okay, so now I'm a little bit over halfway, but I did that because if not, your point where they meet is going to be right at the end where you're going to need to be holding. So this way it's a little bit out of the way. Alright, so I did this whole side. Now then what you do is you flip it over and you start the other side doing the same thing. Make sure that, I mean, you could change colors on what's inside and outside if you wanted. That would make it a little more unique, but if you want to keep the same color, just make sure you remember and not start tying your knots and then you get halfway and you got to untie the whole thing. So now you're just going to go down the other side till it meets up. Okay, now I got them to where they meet, and what I'll do now is I kind of you know, tie them together so that over time these two things don't push together and then you kind of have a open slot there. So I do have a little bit of excess, so you could probably take about 6 inches or so off of maybe a whole foot off of each measurement that I told you at the beginning, and I'm just cutting a little bit of the excess off here. And then one thing I do when I go to tuck these things under, I'll gut the paracord so it's a little bit easier to pull through there. Alright, now, so this side, I'm going to tuck over here into this side. I'm going to use my forceps, and I'm going to try and get it down there 3 ties ago. And so that's one drawback on trying to get it real tight, is when you got to tuck it in, it's hard to get your forceps through there. But you'll eventually do it, and you want to get it in there right at the joint. And I probably only should have gone 2. Alright, that's good enough. Alright, so then I take these 2 ends, put them in there, pull them back through. Alright, so now they're through there. Alright, get everything all lined up. Pull them nice and tight so that you know, these things will stay together forever. And then you do the same thing on the other side with these 2. Alright, make sure you pull the right ones back through. Alright, I'm going to pull it tight. Alright, so now we're nice and tight. From the inside it doesn't look ideal, but it looks okay from the side that you're going to see more often. Alright, so then I cut these off fairly short because I don't want to get them, or I don't want them to get in the way too much and be uncomfortable. And then again, melt them off. Okay, and you can even flatten it out a little bit. Go to this side. Alright, and then flatten it out. Alright, there it is. So it's nice and short for training purposes, so you can keep the dog close. But that was just a quick tutorial. Thanks for watching.